serious press in that regard.
And Bell goes inside, goes right over Montefinis, but I believe Montefinis is going to be called with a blocking foul.
Yeah, good job breaking the press there by Passaic. As we said, 4 Brookdale players were in their end of the court. So all they had to do was get it over the court, and they would have numbers the other way, and allow them to get right to the free throw line.
I'm sorry, that foul is on Brianna Rodriguez, not Montefinis. It'll be Bell at the free throw line. So Sharon Bell trying to pull the Panthers back into this game. Down by 7 at the moment. And that's off the front rim, no good. Back up the court to Brannigan. Now here's Montefinis in the corner. She's going to drive inside, and an air ball off the glass. Rebound is pulled down by Janiyah Brown. Brown dumps it over to Johnson, who goes inside, gets her own rebound, and puts it in.
And that's what Passaic has to do there to break the press. Once they get the rebound, get out and run before Brookdale can set up that press, which is why they can't turn the ball over or commit fouls on the other end.
So the Panthers have slowly started to claw their way back into this game, down by 5 now. Here's Allender all by herself, and it's a no good shot from the three-point arc.
You can hear Coach Eaton telling her squad to get moving forward, as we just discussed before on the rebound. That doesn't allow Brookdale to set up their press.
Ball dumped down low to Bell, but Bell couldn't handle it. Now it's taken away by Allender. Allender up the court and lays it in.
And that's just terrible transition defense. You have to stop the ball, one of the #1 rules of basketball, and Passaic was not able to do that there.
Boy, some sloppy play, a lot of hand slapping going on, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to Passaic.
Not sure, that ball did cross half court, so they don't have to worry about the count, which only had 2 seconds left before they could get it over. It's still 10 seconds, right? In college?
So Allender will come out of the game, as will Brianna Rodriguez. Coming in for her will be LaBrianna Moore, who's a very talented player, as well as Bankel. Here's the shot, goes up off the glass and in for Shavera White. And that brings the Panthers to within 5.
Nice ball movement by Passaic there, and the bank is still open, I suppose, for Shavera White of Passaic.
LaBrianna Moore with that 3 puts Brookdale back up by 8, their largest lead of the night. Nice pass down low, but they can't finish it. That was Ramirez underneath the basket. Here's Brannigan. Was thinking about a 3, but now thought better of it. Now here's Bankel inside, may have gotten away with an extra step as she lays it in.
Yeah, it was close to a travel, Tim. You're definitely right, but a nice aggressive play there by Bankel, and she was rewarded with the deuce.
So here's Bell. Back over to White. Well, White now back over to Janiyah Brown, and Brown's 3 is an air ball. Out of bounds, back to Brookdale. So here's LaBrianna Moore, now back over to Hermione Bankel, and Bankel gets it down low to Caitlin Conroy, and Conroy lays it in.
Yeah, as we expected with Caitlin Conroy, at her size 6'4", she should have her way on the inside against the Passaic Panthers tonight.
Passaic having a lot of trouble with that full court pressure. Now here's White inside. White's shot is an air ball out of bounds, and it'll go back to Brookdale. Forgot to mention our officials tonight are Ron D. Pasquale, Kevin Krisick, and Craig Moranci. Calling the game down low. Here's Conroy again, may have gotten away, and no, she did not. I thought she was going to get away with it. She will call with a travel.
Yeah, I thought there were 2 travels there, one before the dribble and one after, so the ref isn't going to miss both of them.
I think he realized that, and that's why he called it. So Passaic, interestingly, going to stay on the same 5 players that they have. Anita Torres is on the sidelines, possibly waiting to check in. We're not sure for whom yet. since Passaic only has 6 players. Ball is batted away for a second. Now here's Johnson, trying to dump it down low to Bell. Sloppy play and taken away by LaBrianna Moore. Ball is swung around. Here's Conroy. Almost got away with a walk again. Here's Allender inside, and Allender is going to go to the free throw line as looks like she got fouled by Keandra Johnson.
Yeah, Brookdale, excellent job of running the floor right there. And Passaic was never able to set up their defense that allowed Brian Allender to get right to the rim on the baseline.
So that is the 4th team foul on Passaic. 1 more away. And now they're going to call it on the floor, so Allender will not go to the line.
Yeah, a little surprised with that call. It looks like she got hit and then put the ball on the rim, so I would have called that a shooting foul.
Popped up from the corner by Brannigan. Brannigan's shot is no good, and a rebound pulled down by Shavira White. Johnson tried to dump it down low to Bell, and Bell couldn't handle it. And actually, Passaic will maintain possession with 24 on the shot clock. I thought it may have gone out on Passaic, but I guess Brookdale touched it last. Inbound taken by Bell. Here's Janiyah Brown. Brown has a pick set for her, now back over to Bell. Brookdale in a very tight 2-3 zone.
Yeah, tenacious defense by Brookdale.
8 on the shot clock. Panthers are going to have to hurry it up here as here's White from the corner. 4 on the shot clock with 3. And she's just going to chuck it up, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Brookdale just swarming the ball defensively. Excellent job by the Brookdale defense there. And that's what you get, a horrible possession.
19-7, Brookdale leads by 12. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Brannigan dumps it down low to Conroy, and Conroy tried to get it inside to Hermione Bankel, but Bankel couldn't quite handle it, and it'll be a turnover for the Jersey Blues. But you can already see, Rich, look at the pressure that they're applying.
Yeah, you rarely ever see pressure this far up the court.
Keandra Johnson flips it upside to Chelsea Ramirez, and Ramirez just couldn't handle it. She was too close to the baseline.
Yeah, we do know that Passaic has a lack of depth, but that does not excuse sloppy play. They've really got to correct this. They have a minute and almost a minute and a half left till the end of the quarter. We'll see what adjustments they make coming out.
So Brianna Allender will bring it up now. Back over to Moore for 3. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Conroy, who swings it over to Brannigan for 3. And she hits it.
Yeah, good quick release by Colleen Brannigan right there. And Swish City after that one.
Second 3 by Colleen Brannigan, and she takes it away this time. Brannigan inside, lays it up, couldn't quite get the finger roll to go, but the rebound is pulled down by Brianna Allender.
Yeah, no reason to rush it. Good decision by Allender there to bring the ball back out after the rebound.
Inside to Bankel, and Bankel will get fouled, I believe, by Shavira White, and if that is a foul, that is going to send Passaic into the double bonus. Again, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, there is no bonus for the women anymore. They play 10-minute quarters for a total of 40 minutes. So 4 quarters, and once a team reaches 5 team fouls, the opposing team shoots 2 free throws for the rest of the quarter.
Brookdale, good crisp passing against the zone. Passaic defense is very slow, however, but that's what's leading to these free throw opportunities. Brookdale just has to keep the ball moving.
And we're going to get a lane violation, it looked like, on Brookdale. So that foul shot, even if it had gone in by Bankel, would not have counted. 64 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the Panthers need to get something going here, or this is going to be a blowout very quickly. Ball goes through the legs of Janiyah Brown, picked up by Moore, down low to Allender. Allender can't get the layup. And now it's going to be an over-the-back call, it looks like, on Moore.
Yeah, it looked like Allender rushed that shot just a bit, the layup opportunity.
So that puts Brookdale now at 14 fouls. Up 22-7. And once again, they stick with the full court pressure. 4 Jersey Blues in the half court, not even back on defense. Now here inside is Bell, and Bell not even close to the rim on that shot. Picked up by Brannigan, who dumps it up low to Bankel, and Bankel can't finish at the rim.
Yeah, nice pass by Brannigan. You would have liked to see her get rewarded with the assist there.
LaBrianna Moore with a nice jumper. And now the shot clock has turned off for the Panthers as we're closing in at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we could see that from up here. Perfect form, perfect rotation on that shot by LaBrianna Moore, and she drilled it.
Janiyah Brown trying to get something going for the Panthers. Bell with the rebound. Ooh, and out of bounds. Turnover once again. Keandra Johnson couldn't quite handle that pass from Bell.
Here, Coach Dabina yelling 6 seconds. Plenty of time for Brookdale to get a quality shot here.
There's LaBrianna Moore down low to Conroy. Conroy turnaround layup doesn't go, and that looks like that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, Brookdale leading 24-7. And Rich, that was a really interesting first quarter because we already talked about how Passaic is struggling. They only have 6 players, but they really cannot get anything from what we saw going on offense. Very sloppy.
Yeah, Brookdale obviously going to pressure the ball there because of the lack of depth, but Passaic's got to figure out a way to handle it, or this game, as you said, will get ugly soon. A lot of sloppy passes up the court. They have to do a better job of dribbling to beat the press at first and then making the pass. They're trying to pass right out of it instantly, and Brookdale's reading that immediately and jumping the passing lanes. So we'll see what adjustments Coach Eaton makes in between this quarter break we have right here.
Coach Eaton in her 12th year for the Panthers, trying to get something going with only 6 players, so definitely a limited number of players on the bench tonight for them.
Yeah, certainly. Didn't see much of Caitlin Conroy in the first half. Or in the first quarter, that is. We'll see how much she goes in this second quarter if they're going to try to establish her inside. Looks like she's got a knee brace on, pretty bulky one. I don't know if she's carrying much of an injury there. That could be what's limiting her minutes tonight.
So Coach Dabina giving something to the Brookdale Jersey Blues. And looks like Brookdale automatically is going to go right to their zone defense as they're lined up in a 2-3 zone. So we'll see if the Panthers can get anything going here in this second quarter. Actually, it looked like Panthers needed a break. They were exhausted too.
Yeah, certainly. Quarter couldn't have ended soon enough for them.
Taken away by Conroy. Here's Allender. Allender tried to get it in the Moore. Moore gets it back.
Yeah, with the big league, you don't want to see Brookdale get sloppy making bad passes. Want to stay consistent, just like that, getting the ball inside the Conroy.
Caitlin Conroy strong underneath and lays it in. Puts Brookdale by up in a larger lead by 26-7, and Brannigan, who tried to grab that ball, stepped down the baseline out of bounds.
Yeah, perfect example right there. Brannigan was all over the passes. Like to see Passaic, they have to handle the ball better and then make the passes as we just discussed. That was a prime example of what's going wrong for them.
And that full court pressure is really giving Passaic a lot of trouble so far tonight. They just have not been able to handle it. So here's Janiyah Brown dribbling right on Allender. Ball being swung around. Here's Keandra Johnson from the corner and finally gets something for the Panthers as that 3 gives the Brookdale lead down to 16.
Even that was a contested one, though. A bunch of passing around, and that's how they got out of the zone, by hitting a big three-point shot.
Hermione Bankel trying to get it over to Caitlin Conroy, and it was a miscommunication there, out of bounds, turnover for the Jersey Blues.
Yeah, haven't liked the way Brookdale's come out of the quarter. A little bit of sloppy passing. Gonna have to get focused.
Keandra Johnson keeping it all by herself as she brings up the ball and gets it over to Janiyah Brown. I should mention Anita Torres is still on the bench for the Panthers. It's the same 5 that we've had for the past 7 minutes or so on the court. Here's LaBrianna Moore. Moore going to keep it herself, tried to lay it in, no good, but a rebound taken down by Allender. Conroy this time, no good off the back rim. Panthers have numbers if they push it, and Brown is going to get a blocking foul called, wow, on Bankel.
Yeah, Coach Dabina not happy with that one. It looked like Had the player right there on Passaic went right into her, Janiyah Brown. I thought Hermione Bankel was in good position, that is, but late whistle as well, so you can understand why Coach Dabina is upset with that one.
Anyway, Janiyah Brown will head to the line, and she'll make the first foul shot. Team foul number 1 on Brookdale. Again, the team fouls reset after each quarter, so they don't carry over, just like we're just starting another half, basically. So Janiyah Brown misses that foul shot. Up court to Moore now, who tried to get it down low to Bankel, but it's taken away. And now here come the Panthers trying to build on this mini 4-0 run that they have gone on the last minute. Here's Bell inside, no good off the back rim, not even close. Pushes it up the floor, and it's intercepted by White.
Yeah, Brookdale is really trying to force things here. They have no reason to with the lead they have, so see if Coach Dabina takes a timeout soon to slow things down.
Janiyah Brown tried to drive it inside, no good. White got the rebound, or I'm sorry, Bell got the rebound. That was Bell down low, and could not finish it.
You hear Coach Dabina yelling, relax, from the sideline. Good idea here.
A little in and out for Brannigan. That shot, though, did not go. And we're going to get a whistle, and I believe that foul is going to be on Bankel. Nope, now they're going to call it on Allender. So Brianne Allender will head to the bench. And coming in for her will be Brianna Rodriguez. That's the first time that she's come in here in the second quarter. Long three by Johnson is no good. Ooh, and Michelle Montefinis and Hermione Bankel came together and bumped heads. And I think Bankel may have gotten banged in the nose.
Now we have Brianne Allender on the bench for Brookdale. She's one of the leading scorers on this team with 2 fouls. Might not see her again for the rest of this half. So a chance for Passaic to make a run here.
Here's Bell inside. Finally gets a layup to go. And that'll cut the Brookdale lead down to 16. Panthers on a little bit of a run as of late. We'll see if they can keep that momentum.
Good patience by Sharon Bell at the other end. Allowed the defense to run its course, and then she went up and found the easy 2 points inside.
And a miscommunication there by Brannigan and Montefinis, and Coach Dabina has had enough, and he's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, certainly a good timeout here. Coach Dabina can't be happy coming out with the big lead. Obviously, complacency, it's going to set in, but that doesn't mean you have to make sloppy passes as they're doing. See if Coach Dabina slows them down a bit, just has them make the simple pass, and once they start scoring, then they can set up the full court press, which was so successful for them in the first quarter.
And for Passaic, they have been playing the same 5 players for the entire quarter, and for much of the first quarter. As I mentioned, Anita Torres has not come off the bench ever since maybe the 2 or 3 minute mark in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm wondering if she's nursing an injury, but we haven't seen her come in, so.
Either way, the Panthers are definitely pulling a lot of minutes tonight, and they haven't really shown a sign of fatigue as of yet. Long shot from the corner by Ramirez, no good. Ball tipped around and pulled down by Johnson, and the Panthers will get a fresh 30.
Brookdale looks like a 1-2-2 zone here.
Sharon Bell inside, and Bell, it's going to be called a jump ball, and possession arrow will go to Brookdale.
Yeah, good thing it's not the NBA, because that would have been Montefinis against Sharon Bell there, and that wouldn't have been a good matchup. But that's what happens when you're Sharon Bell. You have to leave the ball high so the smaller players can't come in and get their hands on the ball.
Show Michelle Montefinis now. Ooh, almost picked up her dribble. Ball is swung around. Here's Brannigan. Ball tipped away by Johnson out of bounds.
Yeah, good defense by Passaic there. You can see they've come out with much more focus in this second quarter here, and they're jumping the passing lanes. So good to see them making the adjustments to get back into this game.
So here is Montefinis. Gets over to Brianna Rodriguez. Shot clock down to 7, as you can hear the bench shouting out from the sidelines. Brannigan's going to have to pull up quickly, and she does, but it's off the back rim, no good. She gets her own rebound, and looks like Brookdale's going to reset.
Yeah, good job by Brannigan there, not panicking, knew she had time to get to the rim and got off a good shot on the rim.
Monty Fenice's shot from the corner doesn't go. Back up by Bankel, and she's going to be sent to the line.
Yeah, and Passaic's got to work on the glass. They are getting pounded on the offensive glass here. Got to do a better job of rebounding.
Foul's going to be on Sharon Bell. That's her first foul, team foul number 1 of the second quarter for Passaic. And Hermione Bankel misses her first foul shot. Second foul shot goes in, and no, now they're going to call it off because of another lane violation. That's the second lane violation by the Brookdale Jersey Blues tonight, and that foul shot is waved off.
Yeah, and Coach Dabina is going to make an immediate adjustment. Looks like he's bringing in Talia Terrell. Not happy about that. At least that's what it looks like, not happy about that lane violation on the other end.
She's moved over to the scorer's table, so we'll see if she comes in at the next whistle. Meanwhile, here's Johnson, and she's going to get, looks like, bumped by Libriana Moore. She's not happy about that. And as you said, Rich, now in comes Terrell, this time coming in for Bankel.
Yeah, so it wasn't for the lane violation because Bankel was on the line.
Now, Libriana Moore will head to the bench, and coming in for her will be Caitlin Conroy. So 2 players go out for Brookdale. Bell, and she shuffled her feet near the free throw line. Seems like anytime the Panthers seem to get a little bit of momentum, something stops them, either a turnover or a foul, and they just can't seem to get it going.
Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with that call there. I thought she had a little time to move her feet because she immediately caught the ball, but officials saw it differently.
So approaching the halfway point here in the second quarter. Brookdale up by 13, 26 to 13. Johnson with a long 3 off the mark, no good. And a rebound is pulled down by Caitlin Conroy. Here's Colleen Brannigan, gets it down low, to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is trying to get it down to Conroy. Miscommunication there.
I like the idea of getting Conroy inside. She had the inside seal, so a good pass there would have almost certainly resulted in 2 points.
Here's Shavera White. White tried to get it inside the bell, taken away.
Yeah, Shavera White's got to show a bit more patience there. The defense collapsed. Had she just waited a tick or two, she would have had time to make the pass.
Here's Monty Fenice with the left hand, can't get that layup to go. And the rebound literally pulled down by Johnson. So see if the Panthers can eat into this Brookdale lead. It's been stagnant at 13 for a while now. And that's an air ball from the corner for Chelsea Ramirez. Coach Eaton not very happy with the referees.
Yeah, those shots are not going to get you back in the game. Passaic has a chance here to cut into it. They've got to get focused and run some better offense.
And Brianna Rodriguez traveled with the basketball. So now coming in for Rodriguez, she's going to go to the bench. Kiana Joyner will come in. That's the first time she has come in. The freshman from Neptune, New Jersey, as Rodriguez now will go to the bench. Contact inside, no call, and the ball, and that's going to be a backcourt violation on Monty Fenice.
Looks like a travel, but she was getting one or the other there.
Travel violation. Panthers take possession.
Saw Quinaya Joyner coming in the game. She was immediately talking on the defensive end, so you like to hear that communication, especially on the back line of your defense.
So ball being swung around. Here's Keandra Johnson again from the corner, and she knocks the three ball down, and that cuts the Brookdale lead down to 10. So Passaic hanging around so far in the second quarter.
Big 3.5 minutes the rest of the way here. Let's see if Brookdale can get back to what they're doing and extend the lead, or if Passaic can keep this at single digits.
Shot by Terrell from the corner is good. That'll put Brookdale back up by 12, 28-16. Here's White, goes right around the defense. couldn't quite get that shot to go down, and Bell, who pulled down the rebound, now will be given a foul, as I believe that was, is it Montefinis? Yes, Montefinis with that foul. That's her second foul. Team foul number 4 on Brookdale.
So Passaic will be shooting on the next foul, so a chance to get back into this here.
Cross-court pass to Keandra Johnson. Sharon Bell, and Bell now will go to the free throw line as she got fouled hard and went down to the floor.
And you could hear the assistants on the Passaic sideline there telling her to go to the rim there, obviously knowing that they're in the penalty, and they can get some easy points here at the free throw strike.
So Talia Terrell with that foul, that's her first for Brookdale, and as you mentioned, Rich, Brookdale is now in the double bonus with 5 team fouls.
We'll see if Passaic can capitalize at the line.
First shot by Bell is no good. Bell, the freshman from Patterson, New Jersey. Off the back rim, no good again. So 0 for 2 at the free throw line for Sharon Bell. Almost taken away there, as here's Montefinis now gets it over to Conroy, and Conroy goes right over Bell, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Conroy.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Can't see who it is. Yeah, it looks like Sharon Bell. I didn't think she had her feet set and was sliding in. I like the aggressiveness by Conroy there.
So Caitlin Conroy, that's her first personal foul, 16th foul on Brookdale. Passaic trying to get something going here. Here's White with the jumper, and that now will cut the Brookdale lead back down to 10. And Joyner tried to get it down low to Conroy. Conroy saved it over to Brannigan, and Brannigan makes it count.
Yeah, no hesitation by Colleen Brannigan there, and she drilled the three-point shot.
That's her third 3 on the night. She is definitely feeling it from behind the arc. Ooh, Bell, and that's going to be a jump ball. It was either going to be a jump ball or a walk, as she was about to come down with her third step. Possession arrow will remain with Passaic with 21 on the shot clock. So here's Janiyah Brown. Brookdale still in that 2-3 zone. And you're going to get another foul inside. That might be on Caitlin Conroy. If it is, it's her second foul.
And Sharon Brown missed 2 free throws the last time. Certainly it's nice to be in the bonus, but if you're not going to make the free throws, has no benefit whatsoever.
They'll actually call that foul on Colleen Brannigan. That's her first foul. Ooh. And Sharon Bell cannot get anything to go down from the free throw line. That's her third missed foul shot. You got to make those free throws, Rich, from the line.
Yeah, certainly. Poor free throw shooting on both ends of the floor.
And unfortunately cannot get that one to go down either. So approaching 90 seconds left here in this second quarter. Ooh, Brookdale up by 33-18.
Good job by Conroy there. Knew that the defense wasn't coming to her, took her time to get the shot in rhythm and put it home.
Here's Sharon Bell now back out to White, and White has the pass intercepted by Montefinis. Bodies go diving to the floor, and we're going to get a foul called on Sharon. No, they're going to call it on Shavera White?
Yeah, a lot of bodies flying there. Coaches for Passaic are not happy about it. Looked more like a play on there, but refs saw it differently.
So Shavera White will get called with that foul. That's her second foul, and Brookdale gets the ball back. Ball goes through the legs of Joyner and out of bounds back to Brookdale. And Coach Eaton on the Passaic bench is still trying to get an explanation from that foul on White just a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, it looked like White slid to the floor, and then Montefinis got on top of her, so I'm a little confused myself.
Brannigan will inbound. Here's Terrell. Almost had the ball stripped away from her by White. Montefinice now inside, lays it up and in.
Nice hesitation by Montefinice there. And again, no help on the baseline for Passaic. Montefinice made him pay with the easy deuce.
So Brookdale up 35-18. Here's a long two off the back rim, no good by Janiyah Brown. Montefinice picked up the dribble in the corner. She was double teamed, and Coach Dabina takes a timeout.
You're not taking any chances here. Took the timeout. You got to respect Montefinice's effort. She's the smallest player on the court, and she'll mix it up with the trees, so to speak, getting underneath there. And certainly hustling all game long, so good to see that.
So while we have this timeout, not only are the Brookdale athletes good on the court and on the field as well, but they are also giving back to the community. Just recently, the Student Athletic Advisory Committee organized a food drive last weekend during the week of Thanksgiving. They organized a canned food drive collecting non-perishable items. The student athletes from the Brookdale softball, women's soccer, volleyball, and baseball teams all participated. That totaled an effort of 646 pieces for 533 pounds of donations. All those donations went to Lunch Break in Red Bank, New Jersey. Lunch Break, of course, is a food pantry that does a lot of work for the community in Red Bank. So not only are the Jersey Blues good on the court, but they are good on and off the field.
Yeah, certainly good to see them taking their time to do something good in the community as well.
So coming out of this timeout, 37 seconds and counting now. Shot clock at 22 for Brookdale.
Brookdale not trying to go for the 2-for-1 there. Going to just settle for a shot.
Brannigan down low to Conroy. Conroy over to Terrell, and Terrell lays it up and in. And now the Panthers, down by 19, will have an opportunity to try to get one final shot before the half. And we're going to get a foul called on Montefinice as she was eager to get that ball away from Brown and possibly take it all the way down the floor.
Yeah, you don't want to send Passaic to the line here. For those who don't know what a 2-for-1 is, it's when there's little time left in a quarter, but still more time that's on the shot clock. You can try to get a shot before the other team would have enough time to milk the shot to get the final one. So Brookdale had the opportunity but did not take it in that situation.
So Brown will make the first foul shot. Trying to cut the Brookdale lead to 17, and she does. And a quick substitution before the half as Brianna Allender comes in.
Got to be careful with Allender here. She does have 2 fouls. Would certainly hate to have her pick up her third on an offensive charge.
But Brianna Moore also came in for Brookdale. 7 seconds left. Moore with a long three off the front rim, no good. Ball is picked up by Moore once again, and that's off the back rim, no good. So at halftime now, the Brookdale Jersey Blues lead by 17, 37-20. And Rich, if you had to say anything about the first half, what would it be? Passaic really struggling.
Yeah, they are struggling. I am giving them credit there. They could have hung their heads coming out of the quarter break when they were getting hammered, but they, righted the ship, got some offense going. That slowed down Brookdale's full court pressure as well. So give them credit for coming out. They're certainly undermatched, but they're giving a good effort. As far as Brookdale, we saw some sloppy play coming out of the quarter. Would have liked to see them been sharper, but they were able to, once it was cut to 10, they built it back up to 17. So we'll see what Coach Dabina does in the second half, make sure they have the same focus they did coming into the game that got them that big lead to start.
And that's where we are, a 17-point lead for the Brookdale Jersey Blues women at the half, 37-20. Tim Catalfamo alongside Rich Van Tassel will be back in just a few minutes for the second half here on Brookdale Television.
I love playing softball at Brookdale. It's very natural. The team gets along. It's like we've been playing together forever. The coach made it a very easy decision to come here. The faculty is very approachable, and they were able to work with me when we went to nationals. As a Brookdalian, I have grown into a more confident student athlete. I love it, and I wish I could stay here all 4 years. My name is Bobby Bowler, and I'm an NJ Star Scholar athlete, and I got my start at Brookdale.
In life, you never know when your number will be called. Whether it's blocking a shot, scoring the winning goal, or acing a test, you have to be prepared. At Brookdale, we learned the value of hard work. We learned how to be champions. We are the Jersey Blues women's soccer team, and we came to Brookdale to win. We never imagined we'd make history.
I'm Dan Schroll, Professor of Graphic Design at Brookdale Community College. Graphic design, I use the example sometimes for students. So I may be sitting at a table and I'll pick up a small sugar packet and explain that a graphic designer does that. And from that small packet, anything up to a huge billboard. It's a visual communication tool. We're all involved in it. We all are guided by it. It's a huge field. There are many, many different options a student can have and go into and feed from as long as they start with the basic fundamentals of the graphic design profession, which we offer here at Brookdale Community College.
Hi, my name is Colin Caney, and I'm a graphic design student at Brookdale Community College. Everything that was available for us, the computers, the programs, everything were amazing. I mean, it made it so much easier because everything was just right there for us to use, and it made everything that we did a lot easier.
Hi, my name is Gabriela Sheps. I'm a current student at Brookdale, and I'm taking classes on the graphic design program. I have a background in graphic design back in South America. I was going to school and I was looking for, I guess, returning to school, and this was a convenient school for me, pretty close to my house, and they have a program that I can, I can do it.
We have two options in the graphic design program. We have an AAS degree, which leads to a terminal degree that puts the student right into the industry after graduating from Brookdale, which quite a number of students have done and have become extremely successful. We have the other option, the AA degree, which is a transfer degree, which I encourage students to participate in. It enables them to transfer to a 4-year art school or college or university, further their studies in the more conceptual part of graphic design.
I got an internship through Dan Schroll, my professor. I got it at the end of this past semester, and it was redesigning the layout of the brochure for a group out of St. Barnabas Hospital called the Institute for Prevention. It's turning out to be amazing. I can't wait to see the finished printed product. So, on top of that, it's the first thing that I've done that'll be printed, that'll be distributed with my work on it, and I'm very excited because a lot of people, I don't know how many, but a lot of people will see that. So it'll be very exciting to know that my work is somewhere circulating around and everyone gets to see it.
It's an exciting program. The opportunities are tremendous. Now's the time to really look at a career in a field like this because of the vast potential that it offers. And not just graphic design, but peripheral subjects like illustration, typography, printing, There's many different aspects of the field that are outside of what's called graphic design, but is a very strong part of doing this as a career.
Hi, my name is Claudia Chera. I'm a graphic design student and photography major in Brookdale Community College. I have a lot of freelance work coming in because of my graphic design teacher. He was really great on always promoting me and giving me, people that I can call, and they gave me work. And for me, in a sense, it's great that I changed my whole career into the graphic design department, because if you really have a passion for it, you always have work. You always have work.
There's a great program. Come and see it. You have to believe in your possibilities, and you will love it here. You will really like it here. So come on in.
Students make the program. The students really go far beyond the normal workload and contribute outside of class and really make the program what it is, a very strong program. I think we give a very, very strong fundamental background, kind of nuts and bolts foundation, and they do a really good job.
My name is Patty Blazer. I'm a New Jersey certified interior designer and professor of interior design at Brookdale Community College. Interior design is a very complex profession. As building types have become more complex over the past number of years, the role of a professional interior designer has become much more complex as well.
Hi, I'm Francine DeMarco. I'm an interior design student at Brookdale Community College. I came here being an artist, being a fashion designer, knowing how to draw clothing, but not furniture, not drafting plans, not knowing how to use a drafting table. And the professors here were wonderful because they were able to calm me down when I was nervous and say, it's okay, that's part of the program. We teach you this.
We have 2 studios that are equipped with manual drafting tables, as well as various software products that are appropriate for the interior design profession. So each student has the opportunity to have their own station with both drafting table and technology that's required. We have a learning assistant that supports students outside of class time, so you can basically get one-on-one tutoring. If you're having difficulty in a particular area, you can make an appointment and come in, or just come in during open lab times and get additional help outside of class.
My name is Dorota Cervas, and I'm a recent graduate from interior design program at Brookdale Community College. When I came to Brookdale and I talked to a few of my teachers, especially Celeste, and I told her, Celeste, I'm an international student, my English is maybe not good enough, but she said, don't worry, we're gonna work. We're gonna work hard and you're gonna be okay. And we had an opportunity to do real projects. Last year, we were asked to redesign a day room at the Ancora Psychiatric Hospital in Hamilton, New Jersey, and I won a first prize. Well, the design now is under the construction. They asked me to come and take pictures and see what they did. And when I graduated, I felt so good because I still remember the first day when I said, I don't know if I am able to do it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be good for it.
Professional interior designers work as members of design teams along with architects, engineers, landscape architects. They participate and collaborate in defining and interpreting user and client needs and adapting those needs to the building shell and all the mechanical systems that are associated with it.
The great thing about being at Brookdale is that we have the architect program right down the hallway, and we all work very nicely together. It's really positive because when you get out in the field, you eventually will be working together, so it's great to be exposed to people like this early on, especially in school.
Most people think of interior design related only to residential interiors. when in fact interior designers collaborate on projects such as healthcare facilities, hospitals, assisted living facilities, institutional facilities such as schools or libraries, the hospitality industry such as hotels, restaurants, casinos, nightclubs, corporate facilities, and of course residential interiors.
Hi, my name is Joni Del Sordi, and I'm a working graduate from Brookdale's Interior Design program. The opportunities from Brookdale's Interior Design program, they offered trips that we could go on to get hands-on experience. And some of the projects, I really like how they incorporated real projects. For instance, when I was attending the school, the offices were moving from one building to another, and we got to interview the administrators, find out how they use the space, what their needs and wants were. And I use that every day in my field. I'm in the restaurant hospitality field, designing restaurants. And Brookdale, really gave me hands-on experience and the foundation classes that, I still use to this day.
Brookdale's interior design program is a gem. I am extremely proud of the program. We're in our 20th year of existence. We have an excellent reputation. We have state-of-the-art studios that are the envy of every other program in the state. We enjoy excellent support from the college and have an excellent reputation for, again, transferability as well as job placement within the field. We've got an excellent faculty, our full-time faculty as well as our adjuncts. All have been practicing professionals and all are NCIDQ certificate holders and are certified in the state of New Jersey. So our staff and faculty are excellent. Facilities are excellent, and I love Brookdale.
Regional and national champions abundant here at Brookdale. Hi, and welcome to Brookdale Newsmakers, your source of what's happening in and around our campus. I'm Tim Catalfamo, and joining us today is Sean Noel, who is the Director of Athletics and Recreation here at Brookdale. Thank you so much for joining us today, Sean.
It's great to be here, Tim. Thank you.
Now, maybe give all of our audience just a brief summary of all the athletic programs and sports teams that you have here at Brookdale.
Yeah, absolutely. In the fall, we have men's and women's soccer, men's and women's cross country, women's tennis. Starting in the fall, coming up here in 2014, we'll be adding women's volleyball. In the winter, we have men's and women's basketball, cheerleading, and then in the spring, we have baseball, softball, men's tennis, men's lacrosse, and men's and women's golf. So we have quite an offering.
You got a whole variety.
Absolutely.
Now, it's no secret the last few years, Brookdale Athletics has had a fantastic couple of seasons across the board, not just in basketball. I know women's soccer won a championship. Maybe give us some of the highlights of some of the sports teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had a great run of success on the field. Our men's basketball team last year won a national championship, the first time in the program's history. Our women's softball team was national runner-up last year as well, which was a great accomplishment. This year, the women's soccer team won the national championship for the first time in program history, which was great. And then just most recently, our men's and women's basketball team both made it to nationals and finished third. And that's on top of all the regional championships that all of our teams have been able to win. So it's been a great run these last year and a half that I've been here, and I hope that we can continue that run on the field, but also most importantly in the classroom.
Now, how would high school students who are maybe possibly looking to become part of the athletics program, how would they join? Would they contact you? There's tryouts that they hold. How does that work?
Absolutely. They could contact.
And we're back here inside the Collins Arena after the halftime break. We're getting ready for the second half. The Brookdale Jersey Blues women come in here again, playing Passaic Panthers up now 37-20. Tim Catalfamo alongside Rich Van Tassel once again. And Rich, what do you think in this second half? We talked about it. Passaic's really going to have to step up their offensive game and stop being so sloppy.
Yeah, we'll see what adjustments Coach Eaton made at halftime, but I'd like to see them try to beat the pressure by dribbling up the court instead of trying to make sloppy long court passes.
All right, we'll have to see if that plays into the second half as a quick shot goes up from Brookdale. That'll put them up to their largest lead of the night by 20.
Brookdale coming right out with the full court press, as you would expect.
And
Good job there beating it by Passaic.
Chelsea Ramirez answers right back with a long two, ball poked away out of bounds by Keandra Johnson. So LaBrianna Moore will inbound from her own bench, gets it inside to Allender. Allender, no shot, but she gets her own rebound, and she will go to the line to go shoot two.
Yeah, Passaic not identifying the offensive rebounders out of the zone. It's one of the things that happens when you're in a zone. You're not matching up with a man or a female in this situation where you would be able to get a body on them, but here Brookdale's killing them on the offensive glass.
So Allender makes that first foul shot. Allender, the sophomore from Toms River, New Jersey. Allender comes in here shooting 76% from the line, misses the second one.
You want to get back into a game, you cannot give up an offensive rebound on a missed free throw. It just can't happen.
Moore down low, laid it up and in, and that was a beautiful job. Brookdale again up to their largest lead now. I keep saying that, they keep increasing it. 21 points, 43-22. And that was a bump by Brianna Moore. That'll be her third foul. And that could be cutting a little close. That's 3 fouls on Moore.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when she picks up her fourth and then what Coach Dabina will do. But so right now she's got 3. You're up 21, might as well leave her in.
Here's a long 3 by Ramirez, and that'll be an air ball out of bounds back to Brookdale.
Yeah, that again, we discussed that in the first half. That's not going to get you back in the game, taking long 3s like that. Got to try to pound the ball inside.
There's Allender. Allender over to Montefinis. Passaic in a 2-3 zone, the same defense Brookdale is running, so maybe a little taste of your own medicine. Here's Moore from the corner, bounces off the rim and in.
A friendly roll and a good start by Brookdale here, coming out of the half.
46-22. And nobody home that time for Passaic as Keandra Johnson tried to get it over to Sharon Bell.
Yeah, when Brookdale makes their shots, they can easily set up their full court pressure, and Passaic has had no answers for it all night long.
So here's Brannigan, gets it down low to Conroy, and Conroy lays it in.
Conroy getting the start out of the half. Expected her to start at the beginning of the game, possibly the injury to her knee.
Taken away by Montefinis. Dangerous pass cross court to Allender. Now here's Conroy at the top of the key. Tried to find Moore down low, poked away. And
yeah, it looked like Conroy waited a tick too long to make that pass. Had Moore on the baseline, but waited.
Conroy makes up for it for a quick jumper.
And Coach Dabina obviously let his troops have it at halftime, come out like gangbusters, and have really inserted themselves here in the second half. So no letdown. Good to see it for Brookdale.
They've definitely come out with a ton of energy. As here's Johnson again inside. It's an air ball, rebound pulled down by Brannigan as she fell down. And I believe that's going to be a foul called on Sharon Bell.
That's good offense, though, apart from the block. Not settling for an outside jumper, a quick release 3 or anything like that. That's how you got to score.
That's Bell's second foul, the second team foul for Passaic here in the third quarter. And ball poked away out of bounds. It'll remain with Brookdale.
Still have not seen Anita Torres. It looks like she's holding her calf on the bench for Passaic there. I don't know if that's an injury or if that's just the way she sits, but certainly you'd expect she would get minutes at some point.
Conroy down low, gets her own rebound, and she'll go to the line. And I'm not sure who that foul's going to be on. I think it might be on Bell, and it is. Sharon Bell with that foul. That's her third. Team foul number 3.
Let's see if Brookdale keeps going inside the Conroy. Try to get Bell out of this game. Only a couple more fouls left, so Passaic is really in a bad way. Down 28, and only 1 left on their bench. Any foul trouble is going to be a big problem for them.
Caitlin Conroy, the sophomore from Oakhurst, New Jersey, makes the second foul shot. dangerous pass out of the inbound, and it's stolen away by Moore.
That should have been a backcourt. The
Yeah.
official waited a second. Possession was gained by Brookdale, and then the pass went back. So had it just been a deflected ball, probably not a backcourt, but official was a little late, but was on top of it.
I think even Moore may have forgotten about it because of where the position was. It's difficult to remember coming out of that inbounds pass. So here's Brown, guarded by Monty Fenice. Now over to Ramirez, who unfortunately just cannot get anything to go. They say it was tipped, actually, and it's going to remain with Passaic with 12 on the shot clock.
The reaction by Passaic there, it didn't seem like they thought it was tipped, so.
Yeah, I thought it was an air ball, but no, the officials say it was tipped.
Yeah, Ramirez started walking back, so I don't think she believed it was.
So here's White, another air ball out of bounds, and that was last touched underneath by Ramirez. So 2 opportunities for Passaic. They can't make it count underneath. And that's really been a theme. They have had a lot of good looks. They just can't get the buckets to go down.
Yeah, so a lot of air balls.
Conroy turnaround jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound pulled down by Brown, and Brown got bumped by Moore, and Moore not only picks up a foul, but she's going to get a technical foul because she did not like what the official called.
Yeah.
My gosh.
At the beginning of the half, it was an early foul call. It looked like she was moving her feet well, and they called it. Here she was not happy there. So Coach DeBuna is going to get her out of the game, allow her to calm down just a bit here.
And that is 2 straight fouls on Moore. That is it. She is gone. Because remember, we talked about at the beginning of the second half, she was nursing 3 fouls to begin with. Yeah. That's it now. Brianna Moore is gone.
Yeah, certainly you don't want to lose your best scorer if you're Brookdale, but fortunately it's a game where you're up 29, so hopefully they'll be able to milk it the rest of the way and figure out how to get the points without her on the floor.
They do have a large lead, but that's a blow to get not only a foul, but then to pick up a technical foul right after. And she was obviously upset about it, but I guess, and I didn't hear what she said, but she must have said something the official did not like.
Yeah.
So Janiyah Brown, rather, will try to make a pair of free throws from the line.
That's what happens with the full court press. You put the pressure on, there's a chance you'll pick up fouls away from the court. Now Brookdale already has 3 fouls, as does Passaic, but you don't want to give them any opportunity. You don't want to be sending them to the line. So
I'm not sure if it's too big of a lead to talk about momentum, but Rich, could this possibly be a momentum shifter for Passaic?
Well, I'm sure they're hoping that it's going to come down to what they can do offensively. They got to get some shots to fall. That's usually how it starts. Certainly have to find a way to break this press. Again, with the tough passes there.
Brannigan stepped on the baseline. It's just been a tough half for this, or tough game so far for Passaic. It really has.
Yeah, and you see Coach Eaton getting on her players there. Not only is Passaic trying to make long cross-court passes, it seems like they're waiting as well. So if you do that, it's going to give Brookdale plenty of time to anticipate where it's going to go and be able to intercept the passes.
Johnson with a wild shot way off the mark, no good, and a rebound pulled down by Monty Fenice. And that's also another thing. Brookdale has been in that 2-3 zone basically for the entire game. They haven't had to change it.
Certainly. So they're trying to pass it, but they're settling for way too many threes. You know, they're only making 1 or 2 passes. They should work the ball around the perimeter more, try to see what they can get inside. It's going to be tough with Conroy in there, but even if you can just get the ball inside to be able to kick it back out, then those 3 should open up a bit more. They're not as rushed.
Brianna Allender was the one who traveled with the basketball. Ball is poked around, and the officials say it'll remain with Passaic with 18 on the shot clock. I want to remind you that coming up after the women's game tonight, the Brookdale Jersey Blues men's squad takes the floor to take off against Passaic, approximately at 7:30 Eastern time, right after we're done with this match here.
Already just under 6 minutes left. The next foul will put Brookdale in the penalty. Now, can Passaic make the free throws? They were not doing it in the first half. They want to have any hope of getting back into this. They got to start knocking it down, the easy ones at the line.
So Brianna, or rather Janiyah Brown, the freshman guard from Patterson, New Jersey, will try to cut into this very large Jersey Blues lead and cannot get that foul shot to go. That's also been a recurring theme. They have missed a lot of foul shots tonight.
Yeah, Brookdale hasn't been much better at the line either, but Brookdale does have the 27-point lead. They have a little bit more room for error when it comes to the easy shots.
Brown makes 1 of 2 from the line. So Brookdale up by 26, 51-25, approaching the midway point of the third quarter. Allender over to Brannigan, down low to Terrell, and Terrell's going to travel with the basketball.
Yeah, should have dribbled there, was a little too anxious. I think she saw the open basket and wanted to get it up as fast as she could.
And again, the pressure just cannot be handled by Passaic, as Brookdale has applied that pressure all game long. Terrell this time down low, layup no good. Out of bounds and remain with the Jersey Blues. Conroy will hand it off. Conroy again now down low and can't get that easy bucket to go in. I shouldn't say easy. Nothing's easy down low.
Yeah, good by Brookdale, though. Slows the game down going inside the Conroy, and no real matchup inside for Passaic.
Sharon Bell barely gets the basketball over the head of Montefinis, and now Bell is going to travel with the basketball, so just nothing going right for Passaic in this second half.
Yeah, and Brookdale is just reading everything Passaic's trying to do, getting the ball up the court like a book. So see if Coach Eaton can make some adjustments. Again, maybe dribble it more, but something has to be done.
Talia Terrell can't get that layup to go.
That'll help off the rebound, being able to run, not allowing Brookdale to set up their press.
Brown with a 3 off the front rim, no good. Pulled down by Terrell. And now Montefinis with some numbers, 1-on-2, bounce pass inside to Allender, and Allender lays it in.
Excellent job by Montefinis. She waited for the defender to come to her, and a beautiful bounce pass to Allender for the easy 2.
And that's going to be a 5-second call on Passaic, as they did not get it in before 5 seconds.
5-second violation. Blue line. Ball.
And I would say everything that could have gone wrong for Passaic so far tonight has, unfortunately, as they just continue to hurt themselves with turnovers and penalties and fouls.
Yeah, Brookdale outscoring them 16-5 in this quarter. So not how you want to come out when you're down a big deficit. But certainly Brookdale has to be happy. Coach Dabina, I'm guessing, got into his players, not allowing them any letdown, and it showed here in the second half.
Allender for 3 from the right arc, no good. Bell grabs the rebound. Passaic has numbers, 3-on-2. And Johnson with a fadeaway shot, no good. Was looking for a foul there, did not get one. Montefinis downside to Terrell, and Terrell will go to the line. As that foul, I believe, is going to be on Shavera White. White, that is her 4th foul, team foul number 4 for Passaic. Both teams have 14 fouls. And now you have to start thinking, especially now that that is Shavera White's 4th foul, Passaic only has 6 players total. So if one of them fouls out, that could mean trouble.
Yeah, Anita Torres is coming back into the game.
So Anita Torres, that's the first time we've called her name since the very first quarter, first opening minutes.
Could have been part of Coach Eaton's strategy.
Possibly.
Knowing that they were short on players, protecting one of them for as long as they could, allow them at least some fouls to use up in the second half.
And we're going to get a foul called in the backcourt. I believe it's going to be on Allender.
Fouls number 10.
Nope, they fooled me again. Now it's on Monty Fenice. That's her third foul. Team foul number 5 for Brookdale, so now Brookdale is in the double bonus.
Monty Fenice has played a very good game, and she's been very impressive in the press as well. So I'm not surprised she gets a foul here. The aggressive nature of the way she's playing, she's going to take a seat right now.
Coming in for Monty Fenice will be a new player, Hannah Fight. So Janiyah Brown trying to make both of her foul shots from the line. And she will. Nice job by Janiyah. Here's Fight. Over to Allender. Allender over to Brannigan for 3. Too strong.
Good defensive possession there by Passaic. They ran out to the shooter and made sure to box out.
Ooh, and Johnson traveled with the basketball.
Travel violation. Blues ball.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one. It looked like it was only 2 steps. So.
My mistake, that was Janiyah Brown with that travel. Rodriguez all alone down low and lays it in.
Rodriguez, assisted by Allender.
So here's Bell, gets over to Johnson for a 3, and she will make it.
Keandra Johnson.
Nice 3 by Keandra Johnson. Cutting the Brookdale lead down to 25, and Janiyah Brown made a diving move out of bounds trying to grab that loose ball. Unfortunately, did not pay off.
Yeah, the effort is certainly still there for Passaic.
They are fighting hard, even down by 25, still fighting.
Doing a much better job on the defensive glass these last 2 possessions.
Bell has it down low, literally taken away from her by Terrell, but Terrell traveled, just got a little bit too excited, did not put the ball down to dribble, and traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, refs calling the traveling very tight in this game. I didn't see much from up here.
So Keandra Johnson will inbound for Passaic. 2:47 left here in the third. Bell down low, lays it in.
And that one I thought I saw travel by Bell there, and it wasn't called, so referee's a bit inconsistent.
Here's Fight down, oh, and she traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't handle it immediately. So Coach Tabina is going to take a timeout here.
30-second timeout.
So it has been a very interesting night. Again, the Jersey Blues come in here 5-4 overall. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, they went on a type of a West Coast swing, so to speak. They went all the way out to Yuma, Arizona, and they played 3 different colleges. Unfortunately, they lost all 3. Then they came back here on the 19th of November, won at Sussex. Then they lost to Mercer County 40-39 on the 27th of November. And their last game that was here home at the Collins Arena on Saturday, they won over Delaware Technical Community College 58-39. So trying to carry some of that momentum off, but it has not been easy for the Jersey Blues women so far this season.
Yeah, obviously a trip out west, I mean, anybody it's going to affect you traveling that far. You certainly ask NBA teams, that's one of the biggest things, especially in an 82-game season. So for junior college players, you would have to expect it does take their toll on them. Hopefully now that they've been home for a little bit, they can find their legs, so to speak.
Taken away down low by Terrell. Rodriguez inside, and Rodriguez will go to the line. And I'll be interested to see who that foul is on.
Good job of Brianna Rodriguez running the court there. And Allender hit her with a nice pass. It's actually a very sharp, quick bullet pass, what you need in transition. Rodriguez did a good job of going right up with it instead of trying to put it on the floor where you could possibly pick up an offensive foul or a travel, just go right up with the ball.
So Rodriguez makes the first. That foul, by the way, was on Keandra Johnson. That's her third. Makes them both for the line is Rodriguez. Approaching 2 minutes now here in the third quarter. Passaic, even though they are down by significant numbers, still continuing the fight. As I'd be interested to see if Brookdale starts playing, taking some of their starters out as Rodriguez makes that jumper, because you know, Rich, you don't want to have any of them injure in a game that's fairly comfortable right now.
Yeah, and we just talked about the travel they had earlier on in the season, so any rest you can get, you'd certainly take it.
Johnson from the corner, way off the mark. And Torres tried to grab that as she was going out of bounds. And now it looks like Brannigan will go to the bench, and checking in for her for the first time tonight is Jackie Lingo. So maybe the first of a couple players to come out for Brookdale.
Yeah, we got a minute left here in the third, so we'll see what they come out with, what the rotation is.
Lingo traveled with the basketball down low. She shuffled her feet.
I think she was expecting the contact from the defender, didn't get it, and that's what caused her to shuffle the feet there just a bit. A little bit of a loss of balance.
So under a minute left here in the third quarter. Brookdale still remaining in that 2-3 zone that has given Passaic a lot of trouble. Sharon Bell, who went up with that rebound, is going to get fouled. She'll go to the line since both teams are in the double bonus.
And that's where the zone can affect you on the offensive glass. They didn't have anyone on Sharon Bell there. She's able to get the glass, put it back up, go another line for two.
Off the front rim, no good. And Passaic has definitely struggled. That's been one of their weak points tonight. Not necessarily the only weak point, but certainly something that they have not been able to capitalize on when it's 3 points from the free throw line.
Yeah, down 27. I'm not sure exactly how many they've missed, but they've missed enough to, certainly if you made more of the ones you missed, the game will be a bit more competitive here.
Allender was a little short on that one.
That may have been a situation where Brookdale was going for a 2-for-1.
Backcourt violation.
And that will be they'll call it I thought they called it a travel violation, but I believe that was a mistake. I think it's a backcourt violation.
Yeah, it was a backcourt, just sloppy ball handling up the court by Ramirez.
So shot clock is turned off as Brookdale will try to get the last bucket here in the third quarter. Still one more quarter left. Fight down low, back out to Terrell. Terrell now will take a three. Way off the mark. It was an air ball and out of bounds with 10.6 seconds left. Here's Brown. Over to Bell. Bell with 5. Now over to Brown again with 3. Brown rather takes a long shot and it goes in right at the buzzer.
And lo and behold, that's the shot that's going to go. All the misses all night, but certainly should give Passaic a bit of confidence going into the final frame.
So 59-35, New Jersey Blues lead up by 24. And we were talking about this at the end of the third quarter, Rich. It almost seems like now, if you're Coach Dabina, possibility of possibly taking a lot of your starting players out and sitting them down. Not only do you not want to overwork them, but you also don't want to take the risk of maybe one of them getting hurt.
Yeah, and certainly we saw Caitlin Conroy with that knee brace. Not sure what the injury situation is, but wouldn't want her getting hurt, especially someone of her size who can really dominate in the middle. So you have plenty of depth, especially maybe just a bit of courtesy as well. Up 24, that Passaic is undermatched, so we'll see what happens. But it'll really be a telltale sign, the rotation that comes right out of the end of the quarter break here.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news for Passaic, but this might be, I wouldn't say over, because they will continue to play even if you only have less than 5 players. But a lot of the players for Passaic are in foul trouble. So if one of them fouls out of the game, then that means you only have 5 players left, and then that puts pressure on the possibly only have less than 5 players for the remainder of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and certainly a game like this, I would assume the officials are aware of that. You can't really, let a lot of horrible, obvious, blatant fouls go, but
No, of
maybe
course not.
ticky-tack things, the officials will certainly, lay off in that regard, and especially with a 24-point game as well. So we'll see how the officials handle that. It looks like they're having a discussion right now. I don't know if that could possibly be part of it, but I would expect the officials in that regard to certainly back off. But if they're going to do it, then I would expect the same to apply to Brookdale as well. Probably not calling the ticky-tack fouls. I'm sure Abriana Moore is thinking, well, why couldn't it have been in the beginning of the half when she fouled out?
Again, our officials tonight, Ron DePasquale, Kevin Krisick, and Craig Moranci. So start of the fourth quarter here, Brookdale once again in that 2-3 zone that has worked so well. Keandra Johnson from the corner, no good. And a rebound is pulled down by Talia Terrell.
Yeah, and outside of Allender, who's logged a lot of minutes this game, looks like most of the reserves are in.
Here's Lingo down low, and Lingo does not get that shot to go, but I believe there's going to be a reach-in foul, possibly on Lingo.
Yeah, that's the second time Lingo, and frankly, it's just the Passaic defense is a bit slow. I guess against a normal opponent, she would be ready to go, but if the defense isn't coming, she gets a bit anxious there, not knowing where the defense is.
That was a foul on Lingo. That's her first. Rebound underneath doesn't go. And now we're going to get a jump ball, possession arrow to Passaic. And that is the look of a very tired coach, even though he is up by a very significant margin, Coach Dabina, but he has been working that bench so far tonight.
Yeah, you don't want to develop any bad habits, even in a blowout, so it's important to play well, continue to be sharp.
Torres got bumped out of bounds. And we'll see who that foul is on. They're going to call it on number 14, Talia Terrell. That's her second.
Yeah, and already quickly 2 fouls. 24 points may be insurmountable, but putting them on the line is the one way to allow them back in the game.
That is something that Brookdale does not want to do. And another foul inside. This time that's going to be, I believe, on Lingo. And if it is, that's their second foul.
You can hear Coach Dabina from the bench. He's aware of it, as you would expect. He knows that fouling is not going to help anybody in this situation.
Hannah Fight actually going to be called with that foul. That's her first foul. I'm sorry, it was not on Lingo. Janiyah Brown, who has been really one of the only players that has gone to the line so far tonight for Passaic and has been able to make some of her free throws.
Yeah, she has a nice form, very on balance, good follow-through and release.
There
and
she
that's
goes.
the result.
Has been one of the bright spots for Passaic tonight. Allender picks up her dribble, now gets it over to Terrell. Fight down low to Lingo. Lingo to Allender, who lays it in.
Nice pass. And deserving of the assist there by Lingo. Glad to see that ball roll in.
Long fadeaway shot by Johnson, no good. Saved by Bell, but it went right into the hands of Allender. Allender going to keep it herself, coast to coast. Doesn't get that layup to go. Now Janiyah Brown will try her luck, and she will make it and get fouled at the same time. Hannah Fight with that foul. And all Coach Dabina can do is just shake his head.
Yeah, certainly. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a timeout coming at some point. And
looks like a lot of clearance.
Yeah, he's putting his starters back in, so he gave the reserves a chance, and they haven't been able to play well enough. So Coach Dabina's seen enough. He doesn't want any bad habits to develop here.
So let's see if we can get all this. Hannah Fight will go out, as well as Rodriguez, Lingo, and Terrell. Coming in will be Caitlin Conroy, Joyner, Monty Fenice, and Brannigan. Unfortunately, Brown cannot complete the very rare 4-point play from the free throw line. Brookdale up by 21. Here's Joyner, working it right against Johnson. Johnson wanted a push-off call as she really slammed into Johnson down low.
Good job by Anita Torres on that play. She was able to jump the passing lane.
Allender pushing the ball with, ooh, and she goes right over, I believe, Janiyah Brown. And it's going to be Brown, and she went down kind of hard.
Passaic bench not happy with that call, but it looked like a good call by the official.
They are going to call it a blocking foul, and again, it will be on Brown.
Yeah, Janiyah Brown was not set. She came sliding in there. Good call by the official. He was on top of it.
So that's Janiyah Brown's 4th foul. And I'm going to see if there's going to be a substitution coming in here. I believe Brown is going to go out since Shavera White is waiting right on the bench by the scores table to come in, maybe at the next whistle.
That's Janiyah. The correction was made, but I thought that was the possible 4th, and then Passaic would have had 2 players with 4.
So now Anita Torres instead will come out. Shavera White will come in.
Yeah, White playing with 4 fouls. We'll see how many minutes she can go. She fouls out.
And yet another foul on Brookdale underneath.
Yeah, Coach Dabina, 90 feet from the basket, has got to be steaming. Up 22. That's going to put Passaic on the line. So terrible foul there. Not what you want to see from Brookdale. As we discussed earlier, obviously a big lead, you're going to have some sort of complacency, but you got to fight through that. You can't make boneheaded plays like that.
Especially up by 22.
Yeah, certainly. See if Sharon Bell can hit the free throw. She's struggled there all night.
And she does for the first foul shot.
Yeah, nice form there, so surprised she was struggling as much as she did.
And she'll make them both from the free throw line. Ties it up at 20, 62-42.
See Passaic going to a full court press. Obviously couldn't do that all game.
Conroy may have gotten away with a walk, but she lays it in.
Yeah, Passaic was in position. I couldn't see who it was, but had her hand on that pass, just tipped it right to Conroy, though.
Johnson with a long 3 from the right arc. And the rebound is pulled down by Brannigan. Ooh. You hear the bench of Passaic saying, watch the foul. They do not want to give up any easy fouls as Brannigan lays it in underneath the bucket.
Passaic had no backside help on that one. Caitlin Conroy found the player underneath. Brannigan it was.
Ball being worked around for Passaic. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Brown, going to keep it herself. Goes inside, no good. And now we're going to get a push-off call on, I believe, Sharon Bell, who bumped into Montefinis underneath.
They're still hustling there for the rebound, but a bit out of control.
And that is going to be on Sharon Bell. That's her 4th. So talked about foul trouble for Passaic. They're in some interesting precarious situations. That's Bell with her 4th foul. A couple of their other players are in some foul trouble, and we still have 6.5 minutes left here in the 4th. Now Passaic going to try to change it up a little bit and try to pressure Brookdale with a full court press. Montefinis down to Joyner. Allender comes up with it and lays it in.
Yeah, ragged play, a little bit of offense by accident there for the Brookdale Jersey Blues. Allender cleaning up the mess.
I think Joyner was trying to pass it over to Conroy, but it actually looked like a shot, so I'm not sure what that was. But either way, Brookdale's able to capitalize on it. And Montefinis going to be called with the travel. And I believe Montefinis is bleeding a little bit. She got bopped in the mouth. So she's going to head to the bench. And it'll be interesting to see if she will come out of the game. She's bleeding a little bit.
It took a good pop there. Certainly not afraid to mix it up as Montefinis. We've discussed her being the smallest player on the court, but she'll get right in there. So I guess that's par for the course when you're willing to stick your nose in.
So Montefinis will go to the bench. Coming in for her will be Brianna Rodriguez, and it'll probably be the last time we see Montefinis, at least assuming Brookdale up with a large lead, 24 points. Tipped away, and finally Allender comes up with it. So Jersey Blues holding a 26-point lead. Here's Joyner down low, and Joyner going to go to the free throw line. She got fouled by Sharon Bell, and if that's on Bell, I believe she is gone with 5 fouls. And there she goes. So she is gone with 5 fouls.
Good quick move by Joyner on that play. Caught the ball, turned over her right shoulder right to the hoop, and was rewarded, and now going to the line. Let's see if she can knock him down.
So now Passaic down to just 5 players, so the only players that they have are on the court now. Anita Torres comes in for Bell, who has had a rough night, fouling out. Joyner misses the first foul shot, the freshman from Neptune, New Jersey. But makes the second one, so nice job. Adds 1 point to the Brookdale lead, now to 27, 69-42. Bell keeps it herself, and she's going to be fouled. So, my gosh, back and forth with the fouls. Both of these teams, Brookdale way over the double bonus.
Yeah, Brookdale looked like they were a bit asleep on the defensive end there. And Gianna Brown went right down the lane. Reaching foul by Brookdale.
So Janiyah Brown will make the first foul shot. Remember, remind you coming up after this game, immediately following the Brookdale women's match, is the Brookdale men's squad, as they'll come out and play the Passaic Panthers. That game will approximately follow us at 7:30 Eastern time, but we're going a little bit over, so keep it tuned immediately following the women's match here in the Collins Arena. Brannigan picked up her dribble, now gets it down low to Joyner. Joyner to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez now will dribble it out with 10 on the shot clock. Joyner, power move inside, can't get that turnaround layup to go, and now here comes up the floor quickly Johnson to Brown. No call, it was rejected out of bounds cleanly.
I thought that pass on the break was given to Brown a little too early. Didn't wait for the defense to commit there. Allowed them to recover, Brookdale that is, defensively.
Brown, a long three. Off the front rim, no good. Brannigan collects another rebound. Terrell down low, can't make it count. And the ball is going to be off of Brannigan's left foot.
Yeah, and you can see Coach Dabina letting Brannigan know that was good hustle, and it was coming up the court. Up 25 this late in the game, certainly potential to fall asleep there, but Colleen Brannigan not taking anything for granted and getting back down the court.
So Coach Eaton is going to call a timeout, possibly just to try to regroup and accept possibly a loss, and maybe try to use this as maybe a way to, it's like a scrimmage game to try to focus and try to improve. They have had a rough night. As we mentioned, they've only been coming in here with 6 players. One of them is now fouled out, that's Sharon Bell, and it's just been rough all the way around, but they have still continued to fight this entire game.
Yeah, certainly, and I think that's probably what this timeout is more, is a bit of a blow for her players, because they picked up the full court press. We haven't seen any lack of effort the rest of the way, so hats off to the Lady Panthers tonight for coming out clearly without quality depth, and we're able to hang in there. We'll see how well they finish out this last 4:24.
So a couple minutes after 7 o'clock here in the East Coast, Tim Califamo alongside Rich Van Tassel here at the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey. Brookdale Jersey Blues women's squad coming in here 5-4, most likely, unless a major turn of events happens here, with Passaic going to improve to 6-4 overall, and Passaic, as it stands right now, is going to fall to 2-6. Again, coming up after this game, the Passaic men and Brookdale men will square off here on Brookdale television, so that'll be an interesting game as well. Coach Chisette coming off a win. We'll have a lot to talk about in that game coming up.
And Caitlin Conroy not in the game anymore, so it looks like Coach Dabina is calling off the dogs just a bit. But he does have Allender and Brannigan still in the game.
Brown can't get that shot to go, and it'll go out of bounds. Back to the Jersey Blues. Brannigan with another three. She's hit 3 of those so far tonight. Rodriguez is there with the rebound and can't make it finish. Can't finish underneath the basket.
Yeah, and it looked like Brookdale was using this end of the game to run a play there at Brannigan running along the baseline for an open 3. Just couldn't knock it down.
Stolen away by Allender, and Brannigan finished underneath for the Jersey Blues. 71-44 now as they continue to add to their enormous lead.
And Passaic still no answers for either the zone or the full court press. The passes have just not been crisp.
And Allender can't get the layup on the breakaway to go down. And it'll be the Panthers' ball, as I believe Brannigan touched it while she was on the baseline.
An assistant coach, Alyssa May Rose, letting Brannigan know, or excuse me, Allender know that she has to expect contact. So still coaching even here in a blowout, 3 minutes left. Good to see.
Oh, miscommunication there. 17 in the shot clock for Passaic.
Yeah.
Brown with a tough shot, can't get it to go. Now here's
a bull in a china closet there at the other end.
Brannigan finishes at the other end. Brookdale up to their largest lead of the night, 29. Ooh, and that was a little bit feisty underneath as Anita Torres and Talia Terrell. There'll be a jump ball, and Passaic will keep it. Ooh. Shavera White from the corner can't get that jumper to go down. Fresh 30 for Passaic, and now Terrell is going to get called with a reach-in, and that'll automatically send Janiah Brown to the free throw line, where she has been for much of the night.
Yeah, Janiah Brown, probably the brightest spotlight for Passaic tonight. She's had a quality game.
Janiah Brown, the freshman, 5'6", guard from Patterson, New Jersey. All of the players on Passaic, with the exception of Shavera White, are from Patterson. White is from Newark, New Jersey. And Brown will have that one bounce in.
Looks like Coach Dabina is calling the dogs off. He's emptying his bench out here. See if it reflects in the way the game is played, if he relinquishes the press.
Ball being worked around with 13 on the shot clock. Here's Joyner all alone, lays, oh, can't make it underneath. Puts it back up, no good.
Yeah, real
and
shame.
Torres pulls it down.
Joyner got the inside seal there and a beautiful pass, just couldn't finish.
And Brown once again is going to go to the free throw line, as that time I believe that was Brannigan. will be on Brannigan. That'll be Brannigan's third foul. Brookdale is way past the double bonus.
Certainly something Brookdale has to clean up is the fouls in the second half. Now a bit of it is the sloppiness of this game, but still something that needs to be worked on, especially in closer games.
So Talia Terrell and Brianna Rodriguez will come out of the game. Coming in for them will be Jackie Lingo and Hannah Fight. So as you mentioned, we're just kind of clearing the bench for Brookdale.
Yeah, we'll see what offense is run. It looked like a bit of 5 corners there, 4 corners, so to speak. Taking the air out of the ball, just passing it around.
So it looks like Brookdale is going to improve to 6 and 4, and Passaic is going to fall to 2 and 6. Brookdale's next game will be this Thursday against the County College of Morris. That game will be at 5 p.m. Eastern Time here on Brookdale Television. And right now, Passaic just trying to add something in this last minute, 20 seconds.
Yeah, I would have liked to see in Passaic possibly, as we saw Coach Dabina do, run some plays that they could get a hold of in later games, but they've still been sloppy. So. See Allender there slowing it down. Obviously not looking to push the ball up by 26 points with under a minute left.
Right now, they just want to run the clock down and get out of here and take a win. That shot was no good by Allender. Joyner really wanted to put that one up, and she couldn't quite get it to go. And now we're going to get a jump ball. And Coach Eaton is arguing that she had called timeout, and I did hear her call the timeout before the officials made a jump ball, so we'll see what and now they overturned their call, so now Passaic will get credited with that timeout with 39 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, again, good hustle by Passaic, playing to the bitter end here. You saw Anita Torres and Ramirez get to the floor for the loose ball there. And I'd like Coach Eaton taking the timeout there, rewarding her players for the effort they gave tonight. So it's nice to see. Didn't just allow them to settle for the jump ball, reward them, make sure you keep the possession there. And we'll see how you can close out the game, possibly, end on a high note here. So good time out there by Coach Eaton.
Brookdale has a lot of home games coming up. As I mentioned, their next game is this Thursday against the County College of Morris. Then they're back at home next week, 3 games next week. Tuesday the 8th at Bergen Community College, then Ocean County College comes in here on December 10th, and then on Saturday, Middlesex County College comes in here on the 12th. So all those games are home games, and all those games will be live here on Brookdale Television on our YouTube channel. So Passaic shot clock is not turned off. That's what they're judging it off of right now. It's down to 19 seconds and counting. Brookdale will have the final possession unless something changes here. Lingo just ripped the ball out of Ramirez's hands. And Ramirez goes down to the floor. Tough night for Passaic.
Yeah, I don't expect Brookdale to take a shot here. They're just going to cross midcourt, let the clock run out. And I really doubt Passaic is going to try to foul to extend this game.
So I think Brookdale's just going to be happy just to drown out the clock. Passaic not going to give up. They're going to continue to pressure them for the final 6 seconds, and it looks like that is going to be it. So the Brookdale Jersey Blues women's women's team will improve to 6 and 4 as Passaic will fall to 2 and 7. So as we wrap it up here and get ready for the men's game, Rich, final thoughts taken away from this game. Passaic put up a really, really good effort. They continue to fight, but We talked about it, 6 players at the beginning of the game is not a whole lot compared to Brookdale's large bench, and it really showed tonight.
Yeah, certainly. I give the ladies of the Passaic Panthers a lot of credit for not quitting. As far as Brookdale, they played very well. Obviously, you win by 26 points. There were some moments, though, too many fouls. We saw Coach Demina not happy, especially in the fourth quarter. It was down to 20 points, so as we discussed, unlikely that Passaic was ever going to come back. But in a game against a team that's not devoid of depth, you certainly don't want to have those fouls with a big lead in the fourth quarter. So good teaching for Brookdale. They now have something they can work on. So even in a blowout win, you have to look at what you can still build on, and that should certainly be something Brookdale will look to improve on in future games from here.
So again, Brookdale improving to 6-4 overall on their season. They win again by a final score tonight over Passaic, 73-47. The women's next game will be against the County College of Morris, but the next game coming up here on Brookdale Television following us will be the men's squad, as the Brookdale Jersey Blues men's squad will take to the floor against the Passaic Panthers. We'll have that game coming up in a little bit here on Brookdale Television. Until then, Rich Van Tassel, I'm Tim Catalfamo. We'll be back in just a little bit to call the men's game right here on Brookdale Television.